In the middle of June 2023, Sedna makes an historic shift from Taurus into air sign Gemini. Sedna's a dwarf planet from far, far, far away, and whenever she shows up, an evolutionary transformation is required. She's a goddess from the oceans who awakens the path of spiritual destiny, pushing into an unknown future. She controls the weather and food supply, but also the connection of all things. She's linked to AI, space travel, science fiction, climate change, and big paradigm shifts. Sedna's move into Gemini ties in with Pluto's shift into Aquarius. They're both in air signs, they're both agents of transformative change, and they both invoke painful endings and regenerate into new forms. Let's see what the cards have to say about Sedna's move into Gemini. First card, Eight of Swords, Six of Wands, and the King of Swords. That doesn't look much fun. Death. Central card, which is the most important, Three of Swords. Prince of Wands. The Hermit. Five of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles. I have to say, it doesn't look much fun at all. I don't like this reading. I love Sedna, but part of her journey is betrayal, and the new forms grow through that. So we start off with like imprisonment, mental inaction, not really looking at what's there, having the resources to do something but not able to go there. That leads to a betrayal. And in Sedna's story, the betrayal opens up to the most amazing new transformations. But here we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a pause to reflect on what you've gathered, on what you've harvested. So in some ways, the Seven of Pentacles looks back. What you reap is what you sow. And it feels like while she's in Gemini, we look back with regret. This central card represents the essence of Sedna's message. And the image itself shows this turbulent water squeezing through this archway. And before we can push through that, I guess we have to look at where the betrayal is, what got stabbed in the heart. There's a lot of Sedna in this image. She rules wild storms, extreme weather, and whether or not you're going to make it alive to the other side of your journey. These gates here are like an initiation, a threshold we have to cross. And for Sedna, the threshold was about returning to the old ways, the old traditional ways, or moving on forward into the future, growing through her pain and transforming into something far greater than could ever be imagined. And the Three of Swords being the betrayal, there's concern here that we won't move forward into that future, that we'll stay stuck trying to drag ourselves back into the old ways that have imprisoned us, afraid to look forward. And even when we get there, we're not really sure what we've got. Either side of the Three of Wands, so what's above it is this feeling of reward, a feeling that we've got a handle on this and we can lead our way into the future. But underneath her, the Five of Cups, the card of regret and sorrow. Although this is the only cup, the only water sign, there's oceans and water flowing in lots of these cards. Moving to the Four Corners, we start with this sense of imprisonment and not really looking at what's there. The King of Swords say that decisions need to be made, and they need to be made quickly. The Hermit here is calling for some really deep introspection. And in some ways I feel it's at odds with the King of Swords coming down so quickly. The Hermit's looking over there. There's something else we need to see, something else we need to investigate. And I have to say, looking at this card, it reminds me of the Himalayas and glaciers, the melting of the ice caps. Sedna's move into Gemini looks like we miss the point, like we're looking in the wrong places. The final of this 4 is ending with a more practical understanding of what we have to work with. These two cards looking down at the ground, there's a link to what we let go by and what we let spill, to what we have left available. This central line, either side of this betrayal, leading into it, the Death card. Transformational change. Something you can't pull back from. There's an inevitability. The horse is moving forward. And what we've got ahead, there is a valiant fight. The Prince of Wands is the Prince of electronic communication, digital art form, messaging, data. The way data is collected, the way data is used, the imaginative life forms that can really grow by that. But there looks like there needs to be, or there will be, heavy regulation about that. And it comes back to a question of who gets what out of that. The Hermit card here connects up to the Prince of Wands. So I'm seeing that as a positive, meaning there'll be more investigation, more reflection, more accountability with these new life forms that come through technology. But the other side of that, Death card links down here to the 7 of Pentacles and also up to the King of Swords. So we've got a connection about the aggression or the rules or the decisions that need to be made, dealing with this transformative change, and I guess essentially how it affects commercial markets. The outcome here really questions what we want. What do we want to bring through? We start off not looking, and after 20 years it seems like we're still hesitating. To me, this line really looks at climate change and the effect of rising sea and the melting of the icy places. There's also a warlike feature here with the King of Swords linking up to the Death card. I want to see more positive things in this, but these cards aren't showing it. On the one hand, you've got where the water flows, which is Sedna's realm, all leading to sorrow, and Gemini's realm of communication, messaging, solutions, all lead to inaction, procrastination. So I can't leave it like this. I'm going to ask for clearer advice about where we can bring out a positive influence. Two of Swords. We have to make a decision and we're not looking at it. What aren't we seeing? The Alchemist, that we're in control of what happens, of where there's spin and lies and deceptions. The Alchemist is the magician. It is up to us. We've got the tools, but we aren't looking. I don't know what else I can say about this. The best card I see here is the Hermit card. There's old knowledge and wisdom and introspection and following a personal light, your personal contribution, your personal philosophy and value. That's the thing that seems to hold the space to me in this reading. But it's interesting, the Hermit looking over there, learning and looking at what might be going on in other communities, in other spaces. Perhaps reflecting and thinking about what you have available to share. Part of the choice that Sedna has to make is to stay being victim or to grow and rise through it and grow into a new, stronger, more resilient, powerful form. And sadly, I think we stay back stuck in victimhood, feeling that everything that's happened was done to us instead of taking accountability and seizing the power and manifesting what we really want. I'm so disappointed in this reading. But the cards never lie. They're always trying to tell something that we need to know. And this one, there's a lot that we don't know because we're just not looking. You can find more about Sedna on other videos I've got on my channel. And also I have been diving into Pluto's shift into Aquarius and what happened while Pluto was in Capricorn. So they're all part of the magic picture. I'm Meryl Key. And this is my mystery school. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments and subscribes. You can find me on Instagram at my_mystery school or on my website www.merylkey.com. Thanks for watching.